As you said, I was doing another video for you. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different, which is instead of Dub Smash, I'm going to be doing back to my film reviews. And this one is of the new Power Rangers movie 2017 reboot film. Just like how I did with the trailer of it, I'm going to do the actual, in this review basically I'm going to do, what the film's about, and then say what's good about it, or at least what I found good about it, what's bad about it, and what I wrote a review for it. And just a warning, it's going to be like a spoiler review, so for those who haven't watched it yet, I suggest you watch the film first. And like I said, if you haven't watched it, then don't watch this review. Definitely watch the film first and then watch this review or any others. The point is, don't watch it yet. Don't watch this review. Anyway, let's go with it. So Mmpr movie, it starts with on this planet where a war is going on, and you see like these corpses, sort of thing as it were, and you see the Yellow Ranger and you see the Red Ranger, and as it turns out, both aliens, and you see Rita attacking them, and she says she's going to take the Zero Crystal, but obviously Red Ranger is revealed to be Zordon, and he's like, "You're not going to get it," so he sends like this Zero Crystal, and along with the power coins, along with his power coin as well, and the yellow one, basically all of them, like to a safe location. So he sends it to Earth. He tells Alpha to do it, and then it goes to like an explosion. So it's like, the fact that I'm destroyed, and Rita's like, statue or whatever, and then it goes to like Earth, where you see at this high school, and it's like this guy and another guy taking his cow, and one of the guys is revealed to be Jason Scott, who and because they end up like having the police chasing them, and he ends up, then it goes to like having his car crashed, and then or damaged, and then it goes to him several months later, where it's like him going to Riverside High for every Saturday detention, and you find out that he has like on his ankle, should I say, is like the ankle bracelet, so it's like he has to be home at a specific time and stuff. That's when he meets like Kimberly, who's like walking past, and then in detention you see Billy, who's like organising his pens picked on, and then Jason saves him, and then you have Kimberly, who like leaves the bathroom, and then it's like she gets picked on because it turns out she apparently leaked this like photo of one of the girls who was on the cheerleading squad, and then gets kicked out. And then after detention, you have Jason and Billy actually introducing each other, and then it goes to saying that Billy's saying to Jason that I can take off the anklet for you. So he goes to his house eventually after school, gets it off, it's fine, and then he goes with Billy to abandoned mine because he finds out that Billy's dad has actually passed away, and he finds out that actually his father used to be like this, I should say, architect, not architect, sorry, like when they dig up bones and stuff, whatever you call it, just like comments and let me know. And it reveals that he said his father was like, whatever you find, you can keep. So it's like, referencing like Tommy sort of thing. When he said Down of Thunder, like, he was like, the first, where like, he's like, whatever you find, you can keep. It's like, attention, whatever. Anyway, and then that's when you see Zach, who's like, just sitting on the edge, observing, and see like, and you see also Trini who's like doing yoga, and that's when all five like meet because Billy's trying to like blow something up, does, and they find like this power coins. They don't know what it is, so then like it goes to the next show. It's like it goes to them basically the next morning. They like meet at school. They find out they're sort of like super strength and they can fly and stuff. And then they find out that changes because they can't remember like anything that happened. So it's like they can't actually remember that how they got home and everything. So and then it shows that Jason's dad actually found this like weird artifact. And he finds out that it's actually Rita who gets released and then she starts attacking this person, killing person, and then the guys then end up, Jason and the others end up going to back to where they found the power coins to find that Zack and Trini are there, and then they chase after Trini, and they find out they can actually not just have like their like agility, so it's like climbing stuff, but they also find out that the speed, like I said, increases as well, and they find out they can actually fly. So like yeah, like from like one to another. It's funny because like Billy's like, I'm not gonna fly, bro. I'm not gonna fly, man. You can kill yourself. And it's like no, I'm not gonna do that. But Jason and Kimberly are like, you can do it, man. You can do it, because they actually jumped first, and then he eventually does it, but then like holds like an edge. And when he comes back up, he's like, yeah, Lily, yeah. And he ends up falling back. He's like, yeah. It's like, no. So they end up like going down, and like it's funny because like Kimberly's like in the water portal, it's like taking Trini. Now it's like, oh, I'm sorry about this. Sorry, what? Grabs her, like puts her down, and as it turns out they're like underwater, and then something happens to them, like because they go underwater, and it's like kind of like this illusion sort of thing that it's like stops, but you go in, so that it turns out it's safe, and then they're in, there's like something happens to them, like go down, it's like they're like upside down, and it's like they go down and on the ground, and they start observing the place, and they go up to it, and they find that actually it's it's a command center, because they find Alpha, and it's like, oh yeah, I've been like waiting for you guys. It's like that's when also he meets Zordon. He finds out he actually doesn't know that he's actually in a tube, unlike in the original series. If you saw, obviously, like the first episode of the original series, you saw that Zordon knew that he was in a tube. In this one, he doesn't know that he's there, and as it turns out, there's instead of Rita putting him in there like he was in the original show, as it turns out, he's stuck there in the morphing grid. And it's also revealed that Rita has gold to release like Golda, so she goes to like a shop, jewelry shop, attacks them and gets her thing. So she combines the green power coin with a staff, attacking powerful, and then it's also revealed that the Rangers like are destined to be Power Rangers, and like no, we don't believe it. So Jason is the only one that's left. Is like you can be like a leader of the team. So then they go to back downstairs, and then like eventually they stay, and it's like they fight these like virtual, it's a holographic version, should I say, of the putties, or Rita's putties, which is like more bulkier. And then at first like holograms, like nothing happened, and then Zack was like, it's a hologram, nothing's happened to it, and then like go bang, hit him. It's like definitely real. And so eventually they start training, and then after like a series of montages and stuff, eventually Jason finds out they're actually being tricked, they're actually being used, because like as it turns out, because the Zordon can't go out of his tube, so he's like, or wall should I say, so he's like just using them until like he's like, you guys are useless, I can do it myself, I just need to get out and stuff. And then morning Jason's like all like annoyed and like really angry, and then he's like just proper like tells the others he's being used, that he can do it himself. You think this useless kid can't live up to expectations, so you do it yourself, yeah? He's like, just leave, and then Rita starts goes because they all start to camp out, and then to tell each other's secrets. Between Kimberly's because first it's Billy, Jason, then Zach, and then Kimberly's no, I don't tell my secrets, and then Trini tells her and stuff. They all reveal that it's actually not, because the reason why they can't harness their morphing powers and morph is because they're not they don't know each other, so it's trusting, and so it's in a thing. That's why it's revealed somehow Billy they're able to morph. Yeah, he doesn't know how, because Jason and Zach basically they're fighting, whereas because Zach took out the Zords, and then that's why they're fighting, and then Billy's concentrating, and somehow I don't know what happened. It ends up morphing, so that's why they're wondering how he did that. And then, like I said, eventually goes to Rita going to Trini's bedroom, saying that her and Trini are a lot alike. They're the outcasts of the team, and if they join up, they can take out the bad guys and stuff. But she doesn't she finds the others and tells them about it, and they're even though they can't morph, they're still willing to save the city no matter what. So it's so they do but they get fight Rita, but it's actually a trap, and to find the Zero Crystal where as it turns out it's in Krispy. They find out it's in Krispy Kreme, which is what Billy found out before. Whoa. And then Rita ends up killing Billy, so they go to the command center. They think Zordon can save him. It's Zordon's I can, but I'm not going to for some reason. It's really annoying. So then, but the morphing grid goes off, and it's and only one. So it's only one can go through. So it's Zordon has a chance to actually, be out there. But thanks to Jason's speech and everything about friendship and everything and all that, they save Billy. And he says, Jason, you're the right choice to lead the team and stuff. So he does, and then they end up finally trusting each other and able to morph. So they end up fighting the putties, and then whilst then they eventually use the Zords and they fight Goldar. They go to Angel Grove. As it turns out, Jason's dad is calling Jason and trying to. He said, "I'm at Roofside and Mariner Bay," referencing Dino Thunder, and that's to rescue. Yeah, and then it's a Megazord battle and trying to fight them, but it's individually, which has proven she's proven to more powerful than people realize, and then eventually sinks it down to the earth. Yeah, but also at the same time she also ends up trusting her, but it's Goldar ended up picking her up and choosing herself inside of him, so like that. That's why they're able to sink the Raiders into the earth, I could reference in the original one where it's where in the Green with Evil, where Rita ended up actually putting the Rangers' swords down to earth. Yes, but then when the Rangers ended up trusting each other as well, so they end up combining each other, the Zords together, creating Megazord, and they find out that each of them can control each part of it. So one can Jason's the main body, so it's trying the main heart of it. One of them can control the arms, one arm, the other arm. You get the idea, yeah. And they end up fighting them, and then they end up destroying Goldar. And Rita was because she actually went to Krispy Kreme. It's funny because she's instead of finding Zuko, she's I'll try the Krispy Kreme. And it's wow. And then she's because they end up defeating her, and she's you do realise one thing though, right? You do realise that even if I don't get the Zero Crystal, there's still other villains out there. There'll be other people out there who are willing to find the Zero Crystal, who at all costs to come to Earth at all costs. You may have defeated me, how will you this time? How you defeat the other villains? How will you stop them from getting Zero Crystal? And then he's like, shut up. It's like knocks out to the like moon, and then it goes like the Rangers after the battle. It shows that the got a cameo appearance from Jason, David Frank, and Kimberly, or Amy Jo Johnson, shall I say. And coincidentally enough, it's like in their original colour, so it's like, Jason, David Frank in green, as it were, green shirt, and Kimberly or Amy Jo Johnson in pink, like taking photos, like, whoa, heroes, mysterious heroes. It's like, shows that Jason, actual Jason, as in Jason Scott, should I say, not the one that plays him, as in, the one in the movie basically, gives the morphers back. Zordon's like, are you sure you want to give the morphers back? He's like, for now, yeah, but we will be back for it when the time comes. When it does, and just like Rita said, more villains out there who want the Zero Crystal. When they come, we'll be ready for the does, and it shows them in detention, as it turns out, end credit scene where it's like there's guys like because end credit scene is like the guys like the teacher, so I say, he's like, we have a new student with us, in detention name Tommy Oliver. Tommy Oliver. It's like where's Tommy Oliver? It's like showing like goes to pans to like the his chair or desk, just say, a green jacket, and it's like explosion in Philly because like Billy's like, I swear I did not do that this time. It wasn't me, man. I swear I didn't do it. And it goes. It's funny. Yeah, that was the movie. And what I like about the film, basically, is the fact that it's an origin story. So it's like, instead of like having like them instantly in the suits or training with it, it's like them getting to know each other first, and then stuff. Plus, it's like they don't know each other, everything, and it's got like they still kept the same names and sort of like a little bit the same personalities, a little bit, but also the fact obviously different. And I like the fact that it's like, even though it's still there's still comedy aspects of it, but it's still sort of like, the whole dark, gritty, as it were, thing. So it's like new a bit, I do like the design of the Ranger suits. A lot of people are like, yeah, we prefer the spandex, the original suits, everything, but I like it, it's like protects it more and stuff. It's more like a proper armor, and I like the fact that, kind of like how in Ninja Storm where it's like the visors went out, you actually see them like that. They can do that with the Rangers Zords and suits, and there's quite a lot that I like. It's like the list is like long, yeah. Anyway, what I don't really like about it is like there's not really much though, to be honest. Not much, but I guess I hated the fact that like Zordon was like not trusting them and stuff, I guess. And I don't know, I mean, I also did kind of hate the fact that Goldar, the little bits I hated, it's like that Goldar big, like, made of actual gold, and like giant robot and stuff, like Rita's henchman, and like I can't exactly do the voice like talking like this kind of thing. Basically I can't do it, but it's like deep voice sort of thing, like that. And it makes you wonder as well, like where's like Scorpina, Squat, Babu and stuff. But and stuff. But obviously Scorpina will probably be like in her like, what do you call it, the cocoon thing, as I showed in Green with Evil, if you saw it. But in the original series they had like obviously Rita, Goldar, Scott and Babu, but no idea where the other two are. But it's not really much I didn't really like though. So it's like, I don't know. It's not really much, yeah. A little bit, yeah. It's mostly like a lot of things I like. So it's like over 90% I liked. Basically, yeah. Just like, especially like that cameo, like I said, the JDF and Avery Johnson, the OG Green and Pink Ranger, and them there, like, yeah, boy. And the fact that they reference like Reef Side and having a Blue Bay Harbour, basically referencing some of the old series, so they know it's like sort of like in the multiverse, as it were, in the actual series. But I don't know, yeah. But I guess it was like I said, not really much. I didn't really like the one thing that really annoyed me. I was like, bloody hell, man! So much product placements with the Krispy Kreme. I was like, flipping hell, man! How many Krispy Kremes? Seriously, but it also like they were comedy, so quite a lot. So as you can see, there's like a lot that I liked. Anyway, um, overall review for this would actually be really high. So it's like 9 out of 10. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, as you can see, a lot that I liked. And for those who want to see the film, I recommend definitely see it. Worth watching. If you have seen it, did you guys like it or not? So put in the comments below. Do you like this review or not? And do you guys like the film or not? Do you guys want to see it? Also, do you guys? A lot of people had this theory as well. Like, do you guys think that it's like part of the Power Rangers series? As in like the actual TV series, or is it just like kind of like a multiverse thing, like its own thing, like an AU world thing, or not? And also like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video and click the thumbs up, like I said, and also put the notification thing so you know I make videos every week, so you know when I make it. And also on the comments, like I said, who is your favourite Ranger and stuff. Also, what did you like about the film if you've seen it? If you haven't seen it, are you going to watch it? Definitely. Do you definitely want to watch it? Like, our hopes and everything and stuff, And what do you guys think could be like changed about the film, or not? Or everything good? And what do you guys expect from like a sequel, Also, do you guys think, and this is a theory as well, but if you have seen the film, what do you think on the mid-credit scene? Do you think, especially the fact that they haven't shown who Tommy is, do you think Tommy could be like Tommy as in like male Tommy, or like Tommy as in with the eye, so it's like female? Do you want a female Green Ranger or not? Let me know in the comments, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I'll see you guys again next week. Signing out. Bye.